Hi guys, I'd like to welcome you guys all back to my channel, and I'm sitting off to the side because today we are here to talk about Noria's readathon. Now, I personally won't be saying it just on this one because I know that there are younger kids that watch my channel now, so I'm trying not to be that person, but we all know what it's called. It's called the fuck-a-thon. Hopefully I figured out a way to beep that out. Otherwise, y'all just heard it. But I did bring my iPad out here because I had to actually sit down and write it out because honestly, there's just no way. There have been so many readathons that like I purposely wrote this one out. And it's like I was writing it on my hand and then I was like, you know what? No, let's just go ahead. I got my little Google Doc and we just gonna talk about this. So I have it down. So we're gonna go through the prompts. Obviously, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave Noria's announcement video and then all of the videos where she has painstakingly taken the time to give us 20 books that fit each of these prompts. And because she took so much time to do that, I feel like we need to highlight that because that is also the list that I pulled from to give you this TBR. And by the way, there's really no reason for me to have another TBR this month because there are enough prompts in here that I don't even think I'm gonna hit all these prompts. So this is my July TBR / readathon TBR. So the first prompt is for Ableism. Read a book with a main character with visible or invisible disabilities. For that, I will be reading Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. I've actually been people have told me I need to read this book a lot of times, which I find hilarious. I've been told that I remind people of certain characters in certain books, and this is one of them. So I figured I might as well read it now. Do I know what this book is about? Nope. But according to Noria, this covers this prompt, and this is what I'm reading. Next one is Ageism. Read a book that centers a main character 50 years and older living their best life. I have not found a book for this yet. I'm gonna have to keep looking. Nothing was really peeking out to me that captured my interest. So we're just gonna leave that one blank for now. And we're gonna go to the next prompt because I just can't think of anything right now. The next one is Capitalism. Read a book with the main character that tries to subvert, trick, swindle, survive, and make the best of the capitalist system. So for this one, I'm either gonna read Six of Crows by Leah Bardugo, because I want to talk to Sherry about it, who I remember read it during quarantine pages, and her synopsis of the book was like, I kind of want to read it more now. Or I'm going to read Princess Mononoke. Yeah, I'm going to read Princess Mononoke's film comic by Haywood Miyazaki, just because I also kind of want to watch the movie. So I'm like, let me read the comic and then the movie. The next one is for White Supremacy. This one is read a book that challenges white supremacy ideology. And a book that I've had on my shelf for a long time is Who Fears Death by the Mrs. Okorafor. I can never say her first name correctly. So instead of jacking it up every time, I've just decided to say Mrs. Okorafor. The next one is Theological Fundamentalism, Religious Intolerance. Read a book with a main character who practices a religion separate from yours. And Noria, on this list, you had the Poppy War, which means I'm obviously just going to read the Dragon Republic because it's been on my list and the next book is coming out and I need to get through this book so that I can be ready for the finale. That's really like, this book, it was actually on my TBR for a minute. Y'all know I have not been reading, so I'm obviously going to skip around on this TBR and read the books that I really want to read first and then hit the other ones. Book elitism. Read the trashiest, cheesiest, most tropey book on your shelf. I honestly don't know. Like, I'm looking and I don't know. So for this one, I'm probably just going to read... I kind of want to reread the Lunar Chronicles. And I know people don't like it, but I love the Lunar Chronicles. So maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I'll ask Noria if I'm allowed to use the Lunar Chronicles for that, and she'll give me the okay or not. The next one is Gentrification. And I've read so many books already that were on Noria's list for this one. Pride, especially. Like I highly recommend you read Pride by E.B. Zilboy. Clearly, it's a Pride and Prejudice style retelling, but it does talk a lot about gentrification, so I highly recommend that. But the one book that I will be using for this prompt, because the prompt is read a book with characters who are fighting or dealing with gentrification of their communities. And I'm going to be finishing The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. I started this book a couple months ago, but because it's in such a high demand, I'm like hoping that I will finally be able to get my hands on it through the library. Otherwise, I'll have to do the audiobook. But listening to the audiobook was a little confusing for me, so I might have to switch to the book. I'm not sure, but I will be finishing that this month. The next one is Slut Shaming. Read a book with a character who loves to have sex and is utterly unapologetic about it. I kind of feel like in order to get this prompt, I would have to read romance. So to Noria and everybody I know that's going to encourage me to do this, no, I'm good. I have done enough. I've done more romance reading this year than ever. I'm good, y'all. I'm jumping back into my world of fantasy. I'll triple in a little contemporary, but like I'm dipping back into my world of fantasy and staying there for a while. The next one is with yourself. Do something utterly selfish for yourself. And this is the prompt that I'm using to read Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo, because I've purposely been putting it off so that I could read it. This is the book that I will be reading or listening to first. I don't know how quickly I'm going to go through this book, but I'm ready to have conversations about it. So I got to read it, because when my queen writes a book, I will always be here. I did buy the book so that I can have it blessed on my shelf. But as you guys know, me and the rest of the girls on the Black Prose Book Club, we stand some Elizabeth Acevedo. Like, we love her Poet X with Fire on High. I think we chose with Fire on High as a book club pick. So yeah, we love her. We've always been standing for her. All right, guys. So that was the TBR for the month of July and the readathon that I'm participating in. I don't know if there are any more readathons that I need to participate in. If there is, I'll just update it on my Instagram. But yeah, what are you guys reading this month? Are you participating with Noria? She's done so much work on this readathon that I just feel like it deserves more love. So if you guys are interested, I'll leave a link down to her video down below. Let's get this readathon started. And until the next time, guys, bye.